what they're going to get. It's an anti-mage.
It's not a broodmother.
Not a broodmother.
No.
But it's anti-fun. And we were wondering where their late game raw power is going to be.
That's it.
That's it.
Mercy Please playing the AM, one of his go-to heroes, I believe. And broodmother boys, nope, we're not having any of it, man. It's just not happening.
I wasn't feeling it.
I mean, you were
I called out
it.
the gyro ban.
This was a hard draft to predict, honestly. There was so much like that was up in the air. Like the Drow Ranger last pick came out, we didn't know if they were going to do support Lena or support Undying. That like went by the wayside as we got into the third and fourth pick. This was a very strange draft. But as far as the draft is concerned, I like both of them. I think the Leshrac support could be a problem, but I'm not really sold on the Dazzle Disruptor support duo either.
It just means that Leviathan are going to look to get aggressive fast.
Yes.
Like they want to put that Leshrac to use so he actually does become something and not just some
But how do they get those levels, though, for the Leshrac? How do they get all of that experience for not only the Leshrac, but for the Darkseer, who probably get zoned out pretty heavily as well? Like, it seems very difficult for them to be able to get any experience. And the experience is the most important part on Leshrac. It definitely is. Like, you don't really need the items. You kind of need maybe 1 or 2 mana items here or there, like Arcanes or whatever. But you want, that, like, the level 4 Edict if you're going for that pushing presence. I mean, he may not even go for that, honestly. He'd go for a completely different build, too.
We'll have to see here. We'll have to... I'm sure we'll be able to tell right away where the head is for Leviathan. You know, we question if they're going to be coming into this a bit tilted, a bit salty.
I hope not.
Bit of course, shout out to our very, very handsome stats man.
Modpax. This will be Leviathan's first pro match with Darkseer and Drow. They have also only played Leshrac in one game. That was something.
We put the call out that Leviathan should do something they're comfortable with and are used to. Their olden ways. They don't.
No.
They pick up something
They picked up something funky fresh, that's for damn sure.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. They could have been playing this in scrims. Scrims are not tracked, of course, and you know, we don't really know what happens in their practice play.
I don't know if these teams play each other. Like, you don't want to show anything right before the qualifiers. I know Wheel was playing EG for like a long time. Yeah. EG was not clearly happy with that and how that turned out, but
they actually, if it was when they said, I don't know if you happened to catch that PPD vlog.
I did.
He said that they didn't do good in those scrims, and they lost, and their morale was like at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Luckily, they still were able to come back, get that series win over Cloud9, and move on forward into the grand finals. But maybe Wheel were able to get a couple of easy wins in those scrims against even EG. Now, that's not for sure. I'm just kind of trying to see if I can line everything up.
I remember PPD saying that it was so strange and surreal going against Wheel, who played like this very late game oriented style or this just regular style of Dota, and then going to the Summit and having like every team run at them within like 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
That is a completely different style of Dota that I don't think anybody was expecting, except for the teams that actually ran it. And Vici got off to a quick start with it. But enough about that, enough about the Summit. We are into our last game between Leviathan and Void Boys. Leviathan desperately needing a win. Mercy Please and Void Boys looking to make sure they start off 2-0, a fast start. Even 1-1 would be a good start for them. But
instantly Ward going to be denied again for the second game straight. Void Boys just make sure they get right to that top lane so that they can stop Jenkins from getting that early ward down. And I don't know, at that point, it might be worth just TPing up there right away. We see some offlaners do it just to make sure they can secure that little bit of extra vision, maybe block out that camp, do what you gotta to help.
They could have done 5-man aggression too to get into the jungle and place up the ward. Void Boy still might have countered the ward up anyways, but
luckily, though, it's a Darkseer, and you know the nice thing for him is he has the Iron Shell to be able to bring in the farm. It's going to take a while. They're going to zone him back so hard, knowing that he went right for the Surge.
He has to go for Surge now. There's no lane ward. He's against a Disruptor who's already super good against the Darkseer in lane, especially. Pizza.
They said it was a door. Jenkins, apparently pretty hungry, wants to know if it's a pizza.
There's pizza out there, apparently. We ordered some. I think it's called Hunter's.
What?
It's like pepperoni and venison.
And bear?
No.
Oh.
But that sounds good too.
They have that at that nearby
so I've heard.
They serve everything.
I
Deer,
actually
bear, veal, duck, baby.
We went to a pub that was literally called the Pub the other day in the old city center, or today actually with Brian. Brian and I went, and
what a hipster name.
It was very good food, very very nice food. Enjoyed it thoroughly.
I like that. Look at that. He surged the range creep to get it forward faster.
Yeah.
Get it killed right away.
That is a Darkseer maneuver. That is something that you need to do, especially when you have a disadvantage in a lane like this. So for now, it is going to be Nushim actually helping out Shredder, who's mid-Drow Ranger, up against 747, which means this is a safe lane Shibby Storm Spirit. This is not an easy safe lane to deal with. This is an aggro dual lane with Omega Poner and Fly. This is so much damage.
They took down the other ward. That's both of Leviathan's starting wards being dewarded already.
They are completely visionless at this
I don't know who was at the door, but apparently they are a prophet and helped them out in finding out where the hell all these wards are.
Hey, they have lane wards in both lanes, guys. You just go counter it. That's pretty much what he told them.
Thank you. Close the door. Back to the game. Oh, boy. So with that, are anticipating a bit of an aggro setup here from this bottom side in favor of Void Boys, which is not what you want to have against a Storm Spirit. He wants to be able to thrive, get those levels right away, get to that level 6, and literally ball out of control. But curious about these ladies matching up in the mid lane, the Drow and the Lina.
This is not something you see every day. You're going to need a value point in Gust early on, lest you get caught up by an LSA and get blown the hell up by 747. So, and we also see a lot of different builds with a Drow Ranger. We've seen a lot of Arteezy's max out the Precision Aura, and that seems to be what Shredder's going for now. He has 2 points of the Precision Aura. This is going to help out all the other lanes as well, with the exception of the Darkseer top lane. Should be getting some extra damage to work with, but the problem is that Omega Poner gets a couple decays, gets level 2 Tombstone, drops it down to level 1, and he's going to go for it now. But there's the instant lift. The Shadow Wave wasn't quite there, but Shibby is getting run down by these zombies. The Death Lust coming in, the slow coming through as well. Leshrac rotates to lane. They can't get a kill with this level 1 Tombstone. Had it been level 2, maybe they find something with it.
Undying, man. I just feel like you can't get away. You drop down that Tombstone, I feel like the zombies pull off some of the most ridiculous slows you've ever seen in your goddamn life. And
it's like walking through upheaval.
It's ridiculous. But they're able to pull back and away, and Omega Poner's already there to try to contest this pull-through already. At the same moment, Fly is going to be able to snag up that bounty rune at the 2-minute mark, which leaves the haste rune at the top, yet to be touched from anyone here. Neither mid laner or the off lane top of the map making a rotation over quite yet.
I think Schwan should be getting that rune, but he's too busy pulling, which is perfect. It was under the tower. Jenkins was getting a little bit of experience, and I mean, Mercy Please is just going to work. He is punching in his card. He's getting last hits. This is no big surprise. They freed up so much room. They're not really worried about the Darkseer because he went Surge first.
He's looking for a pull through, but it's not going to be there.
This is warded. Yeah,
he's like, crap!
He's just got to run now.
Schwan has a
glimpse. He has to bait out the glimpse now. Otherwise, I mean, he actually won't die because the anti-mage is not in position. Had Mercy Please been there, he might have been absolutely destroyed. So, all right, man. It's looking real. Like even right now for Leviathan, it's looking real rough.
I wouldn't say it's as rough as last game, though. They're still on their own okay.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
This aggro dual lane bottom
Jump to conclusions.
Super annoying, though. They've denied a couple of experience and a couple of last hits. They're going to go for a telekinesis pull-in. And then the instant tombstone. Look at that Fade Bolt. They get the huge split earth as well. They get the kill. That's first blood. They might even get Omega Poner. He does have a decay in 3. Zebra, no, you can't chase any further. You're going to get turned on. Last right click, the Soul Rip comes through as well. Turns into a 1-for-1. It is the first blood going for Leviathan, but he really should not have gone back in, Zebra. Meanwhile, Shredder goes down mid to 747. That's what I was talking about. The LSA into Dragon Slave combo. Easy. And the haste rune, of course, as you mentioned.
It was the haste rune that had been sitting there for like a whole minute. Eventually, Susie, Mr. 747, grabs that bottle. He shifts up there, takes it, and he's like, this is my chance. Moves in and takes advantage and takes down the Drow. So what looked like a first blood advantage for Leviathan. It's Void Boys, though, who end up getting their own return kill and a big kill there in the mid lane.
And suddenly, because off lane for Darkseer is going not as great as you would hope, he's at level 2. They have an experience lead and a net worth lead coming out on the side of Void Boys. And it's pretty large early on in the game. 1,500 is nothing to scoff at. So
the opponent looks so low and delicious, but they don't want to make that committed dive. It's just very scary, and he'll get the salve now, but he could walk in Tombstone and a quick Soul Rip, and he'll be back at full, and they're going to be turning thing around.
He has his wand now too, so wand charges will be coming out. And the wand I think is a really important thing for Undying in this lane. There's a lot of spells going, and Soul Rip he didn't have earlier. He just skilled it up as he got that kill, and of course his wand he didn't have. So those two abilities to keep him up and alive. He has those now, and now this aggressive dueling gets even harder. Luckily for Shibby, he's caught back up, 23 last hits, sitting at level 4, no Storm Spirit Ball Lightning just yet. He's still ways away. But he is starting to do pretty well here in this lane, but the anti-mage on the other side is going to work.
I was going to say just right then and there. I mean, you got an anti-mage who already has the highest CS at 33 and 11, time of his life to work with right now, and really we're just going to be seeing more of this. He's going right for the Battle Fury. It will continue to farm up until you know, he's going to be able to easily pop the Storm Spirit, which will replicate that damage across the whole team. It could be devastating. So,
not an easy Storm game because of that. Anti-Mage, Disruptor, they're really putting the hate on Shibby, so he's going to have to play out of his mind.
That's the risk you take when you do a first pick Storm, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Shredder already getting killed once. 15 last hits to 28.
There's going to be Thunderstrike. They have the glimpse. They do. They got it. Pull them all the way back. Mercy Please is sitting there
They
waiting
have Mana
for it.
Void. Oh, no.
Don't go anywhere. I got a Mana Void, sir. Pointy-headed freak. Get over here. They're going to be able to easily chop him down. Schwann's going to get the KS.
Yeah, they should have given that to Mercy Please, but it doesn't really matter that much.
It's okay. They get it. Kill's a kill. Darkseer's going to be going down.
Level 3, again, Jenkins. Such a rough time. Offlane not going well. Level 5 for the Undying. Aggressive dueling is put in work.
Could always fall back to the jungle. It's a Darkseer this time. Has a bit of an easier time with it, but you don't want to have to do that and allow this Anti-Mage to get so much.
Well, I mean, he's getting Anti-Mage is getting stuff regardless of what the Darkseer does, and he's getting even more because he's getting kills on the Darkseer. But the Darkseer jungle is just not fast. It's not optimal, and it's not something you want to do. You want to creep cut top lane. You want to take down the tier 1 tower. You want to get an early mech. That's just not happening. And what turned into be what is supposed to be, I think, an early matchup.
They want Poner. Oh. Swing and a miss, unfortunately. He'll be able to use his Soul Rip, and he'll bop himself on back and away here.
Oh, look at this rotation from 747. Oh my god, he's got this kill. He doesn't have Laguna mana. Oh, he's still going to get it. Last right click.
He's not going to bottle up or anything for it, but yeah, doesn't even need it. Gets it there. Now Zebra's there. If he can bottle it up, he can get a secondary kill onto Zebra. Get out of there, Zebra! Oh, it connects! He still doesn't have the mana yet. Doesn't even need it. Oh, that's disgusting. Double kill.
747 3-0, off to a quick start so far, putting in work this game, top in net worth by 1,000, I believe, roughly, and he proceeds to just crush this mid lane matchup with Shredder going down a second time. He'll get an early Yules more than likely. He's even going to probably have it at 9 minutes.
Tombstone drop bottom lane here, but it's a little too far behind. Now, if they fight into it, it could be a bit sketchy here, but they want to go for Fly. They're going to get the Dazzle down before he can even get the Grave off. Omega Poner low on mana. But it's that Tombstone after all. Shibby knows that, goes for it. But man, that thing can take a lot of damage. So with that, they're just going to have to back up and away. But as a support player myself, I just freaking hate that Tombstone, man. Just feel like you can never stop the amount of zombies there. And someone like Mr. Poner could just dance in front of you with this ridiculously low life and be like, yeah, what are you going to do about it?
He's still deceptively tanky. He is up to 1,000 base HP right now. Well, not base, but with the decay, he has 1,000 HP. Yeah. Nushim almost died to the Soul Rip, but he lived with about 20 HP. I think the stick charge came through and helped him out in the end there. So he's doing okay. They are doing a really good job of killing the Dazzle before the Tombstone really does its job. But that's about it. They're getting Dazzle. That's a fine kill, but Dying's still getting experience.
Oh, man. Yules.
It's done already?
Looks like it's done for your 747.
Yeah, he's got it.
Laguna still yet to be even used. Whoever he sees is dead.
No, I mean, he's going to zap him.
Whoever he sees is dead.
Yeah. Unless Storm can disjoint it, which good luck with that. He does have Ball Lightning.
He's just going to, let me get that freaking ward too.
Again, Gust is going to be very important for the Lina, if, or rather for the Drow Ranger, if they do see him coming in for a gank. So, but the problem right now is it's not the Lina, it's not the Undying, it's the Anti-Mage who's farming freely. He went Shreds, and he's still going to get like a 12-minute Battle Fury. This thing is going to come out fast and furious. Yules is done, as we talked about, 9-minute Yules, even quicker than that for the Lina.
Has no mana though, so can't do anything yet. So Shredder will be able to see she has the Yules, so everybody look out. But when she steps back, she's gonna, what is this, the bottle? Oh, the bottle's on the return. Even a clarity, just to help out, not having to use all the bottle. And yeah, at this point, Lina is gonna be going on the prowl for a kill.
They're going to rotate bottom, Telekinesis. They will Ball Lightning in Omega Poner. They've got the Split Earth. They get the kill, a much-needed one. They might even get two. Fly has Grave. He might have to use it. He does, and he will be able to get out. It looks like last Lightning Storm not going to connect. Schwann was looking for a glimpse. He's not level 6. They still get a big target in that Undying, but they need a lot more than that.
It is something going for Leviathan. They'll take what kills they can. Now having Shibby at level 6 and now level 7.5 certainly helps out with that ball. Looks like he's going to be charging on forward for the Orchid if he can get it. Would help out. But, you know, Lina already has her Yules, so it's not going to be too effective on her, but more or less it's for the AM, yeah.
Orchid plus Telekinesis into Split Earth. Like, that's the combo they're looking for. So I think Mercy Please has to go for a pretty quick BKB later on down the road. Oh, let's see here.
Top 3 fastest Lina Yules of 2015.
7 and 3 when picked up before 10 minutes. I don't know how you lose those 3 games, but 747 is looking to make that 8 and 3 right now. He's top in net worth too. Not easy by any
He has
stretch.
Invis rune. That's a
kill.
guaranteed kill.
Yeah, that's a free kill.
Guaranteed. Just whenever he decides, like, I feel like getting a freaking kill, let's go. Maybe he's like, oh, I'll get to 11 first. Make sure my Laguna is just the extra bit of kill secured. But, it's time to go hunting. Who am I going to get here?
Which support is dead to a Laguna Blade right now?
Or
which Storm Spear, for that matter?
Oh God, they're coming.
There's a Sentry Ward there. They don't see 747 yet, but they know. It feels like they knew he had that Invis-Rune bottled up. So they stay together.
I think they did see it. They had this Obs Ward on the high ground with the Sentry over on the low in the river. It's very fishy, so they're going to hide and tuck near the tower.
I mean, Shredder's probably dead.
But Shredder, watch this. LSA, bang, boom, Laguna, get the hell out of here. We knew it was a free kill, and it looked pretty damn free to me. Dominating now, 747.
That's just, I don't know what you can do against that.
Bottom lane, converging onto Mr. Poner here. He goes into his final form, and he wants to fight it on out under his tombstone here.
Oh, no.
And they can't burst him down in time. There's the grave, and this is that horrible point when you're like, I gotta get the hell out. The zombies are out. Oh, and there's no shed to hide in at this point. They're on the prowl. They're going to do the best that they can. And meanwhile, look who rotated on in. Mr. Mercy, please, able to just blast apart Mr. Zebra. So your Rubik is going to go down here. The others do make it out with their lives, but they are just weak and wounded.
Typical anti-mage team fight contribution. Walk in, mana void a support, and leave. Easy kill for Mercy, please. Battle Fury is so close to completion. Broadsword is the only item he needs that is about 1150 away, and he'll have a Battle Fury plus treads at 12 minutes. That is a pretty fast time, Battle Fury. He will lose out on some experience in gold as he missed the top lane waves, but I don't think he really cares. He's putting so much aggression. Like, he's an anti-mage without a Battle Fury, and he rotates down to get a kill? Like, what?
Yeah. Jenkins, level 7, did not put that early value point in the wall, which we see some Darkseers do, maybe anticipating he's not going to be coming into a fight anytime soon.
He can't fight.
Just instead, make sure you max out Iron Shell.
I think he's
got to get a
point.
wall, but then he still has to max Vacuum, or at least get up to, like, what, level 3 before it's going to be, like, good enough to really get the best out of it.
He actually has a point still ready to go. He could skill it up, but I think it's better off if he just goes for that point and vac maybe, or... I don't know. That early point wall is pretty good now. I wouldn't be surprised if he skilled it up. But 3 to 7, I mean, they need to do something. And the problem with the Darkseer is that you inherently need levels like level 9, 10, 11. Like, when you get to that point, fine. But until that point, how do you fight? The general way is just by running at people with Iron Shell. That's not been the case this game. He will rotate over. They're going to look for a smoke between Zebra and I think another hero. They'll stack up the Ancients. They'll surge up the Rubik to maybe wrap around. But look at this, 747. Game sense is tingling. No ward there. He just knows. He backs up and they're off the map. And he's out.
Nothing coming easy here for Leviathan. And little Lena rushing right for that Agnum Scepter, too. Already got the point booster and already almost one extra component on top of that. And it looks like they're going to put all their attention here towards the bottom. They rotate on in, and they're going to commit all 4 outside of course, the AM. So here they come. Leviathan, they don't have everyone here. It's only 3. It's going to be a 3-on-4 advantage for Void Boys here. Maybe hoping to bait out Mr. Poner. Nope, there's Susie. Moves in, got the Yules, LSA. Shibby could be taken down very easily with that Static Storm. He's actually going to hold the Laguna for now. Maybe hope to get a secondary kill with it. And that one being on the Jenkins. Gets that one. Double kill for Poner. Mega kill streak for 747. They quickly wipe the floor with 4. And Void Boys on track to another very dominant performance here in game number 2.
4 versus 4 engagement. It was a good try with the vac wall. Static Storm placement was fantastic. Leshrac needed to be in a better position to split Earth Susie. Not that it mattered. Still with that Static Storm, even if they took care of Susie, it would have done nothing. The Static Storm was perfectly placed. They get easy kills. Shibby cannot ball lightning out. Void Boys have been on point so far this series. They get 4 quick kills. They take down the tier 1. They are now so far ahead, up to 7,500 net worth lead experience-wise, just about the same. They'll invade the enemy jungle, they'll rotate mid, they'll push that back. The problem is Leviathan have this early game lineup, and it's not really working out in the early game at all. Like, this Drow Ranger's done nothing, she's died twice, Darkseer's done nothing. Really, really problematic for Leviathan now.
He's going to try to recover Shredder, farming up this Ancient stack with a bodyguard nearby in the form of Mr. Flying Zebra on his Rubik, but it's not exactly what they want to get done. After farming it, though, they're going to be smoking up and head right towards the top lane here. It's almost feeling like that point of desperation where Leviathan would really love to get a kill or some sort of momentum going their way here. If they can get everything set up, certainly would help out here. They still need about 15 seconds before the wall's back up here for Jenkins, but for the rest of the squad, they're traveling on through. Hoping to find someone in the jungle. Closest target is going to be Mercy Please. Do they have enough to lock him down, though? Might be tricky. They're going to have to put everything together. Telekinesis, Split Earth. It's not happening. They smoke is popping. They're like, we can't do this. We got to go.
I think they saw Mercy Please and were like, no, I do not want to kill that hero. I do not want to try to kill that hero. You can go on farming. And he will head towards the Ancient Stack now. His Battle Fury done. What probably should be a Yasha next, because they can team fight very easily.
Man. Susie C's should be farming right next to him, and he's just trying to ball up some, or get some mana together so he can do this. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, he missed the LSA.
Oh. Shibby's like, I gotta get the hell out of here.
That is a panic ball that if I've ever seen one.
But he's alive.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
So he misses the LSA from 747. I don't know what happened there. That's almost a sure thing, but he can't quite grab it, so flubs it a little bit. That's fine. Shibby gets out with his life somehow, thanking the lucky stars that and Ice Frog, I'm sure. They rotated top lane for Leviathan. They couldn't find anything. They do take down a tier 1 tower, which is nice, but they need a lot more than that, man.
They really do. They really do. Yeah, breaking records along the way. 747, he was the one we said that we had to look out for from Void Boys. If they're like standout player, and been living up to it so far. Very nicely done.
He's my early game MVP, but if this game does turn sour, I think Leviathan, which they can come back from it, it just takes some big team fights, but he's almost got an Aghanim Scepter, he's got his level 2 ultimate, he's hitting level 13 pretty soon, and soon after that, level 16 will come, slowly but surely. He's going to do a ton of damage with the Ag's Laguna Blade. He doesn't really need it right now. I mean, there's no real reason, there's no BKBs out, but it's still...
It's too good. You don't need it. Take it easy.
He could honestly have gone for like a blink now and just been fine, but Laguna Blade's still very good, obviously.
Yeah.
You're not going to say no to that.
Now, where do they want to go? They had smoked up. They thought about maybe making a move at the top lane here, but instead it looks like they might round the bend here. They had already been blocking out the Ancient camp from Leviathan once more. They're going to ping there and head that way, but unfortunately they're going to be a little too late. The damage had already been done. The opportunity has left. Now, will they cross all the way on through? No, they're going to place down a nice aggressive ops ward instead to back the hell on out. So they see it with the ward. So maybe from the point of view from Leviathan, they might have just evaded a chance where they could have smoke ganked in.
Oh god, Omega Opponent has a Vitality Booster and a Cloak. That's a couple of casual items that he's got lying around. He's the 3rd most farmed hero in the game, even ahead of Shibby, who's still working on that Orchid at 18 minutes. And as rough of a time as he had, that's okay timing, I think. That's pretty good, all things considered.
It's okay, but is there really anyone on this team that's going to be an easy pick target for a Storm Spirit?
No, especially not when Mercy Please gets his Manta, which is very soon.
Yeah, he'll get his Manta quick. Dazzle, obviously, unless you have that Orchid and you catch Dazzle by himself and you can't get off the Shallow Grave in time.
There's Shallow Grave, there's Soul Rip. I think they don't have mech, actually.
They do. They have a mech.
Oh, they do. Omega Opponent has it.
Yeah.
Well, I did not see that. He's got a Vanguard, he's got a mech, he's got a Cloak, he's got everything he possibly needs early on in this game. Looking good for Omega Poner. And there's that Ags. It's done at 18.5 minutes for 747. That's nice.
Yep, 18.5 minute Yules, Ags, Lena.
That is, in fact, spicy. Oh, God.
Magic DD rune there at the bottom. As the smoke does come out from Leviathan, they're looking to converge on this tempting and tasty looking fly Dazzle here. There's still that tower though. They could quickly TP in. It looks like the Undying has one, Lena has one, even Anti-Mage has one here, but they're going to get the glyph off at the last second here. Oh, and they're rotating in. They're not looking to hit anything over easy. Zebra's desperate. He's like, I got to get that tower. Now gets him down. Oh, nice. Look at that. Go, little one, go. Unfortunately, at the same time, though, it looks like 747 is able to finish off Shibby on the Storm Spirit. I got caught up with this funny little zombie man in the mid lane.
I didn't see him either.
It's cute.
He's still...
Yeah, look at him. He's in the back of the base. Yeah, he's a little zombie.
It's the little things that make them happy, hopefully. There's a mech done now for Jenkins. Again, all things considered, not the worst start for Jenkins. This could have been so much worse. This is the perfect time. Back wall into the Roach Pit. Without Storm Spirit for 10, could be difficult. They do have vision of them walking in. They should know this is happening. But
vacuum to the high ground or something.
Do anything.
They're not going to.
You can't let this go, I feel like.
They already did.
All right, well...
They take it too damn fast, Mott. They got the medallion and everything ready to
like
go.
A vacuum split earth. Like there's potential there. There truly is, but they just They don't take the fight, and I guess they couldn't. They really didn't have the Storm Spirit. They didn't have the vision. They didn't really want to go in there without scouting things out. God, Zebra, you're probably dead, man.
Oh,
my God.
I felt
necessary?
that one.
Is that really necessary?
Zebra family felt that one too.
Condolences. That looked rough. Flying Zebra is not having a great game. Last in net worth, level-wise, last in levels. He just hit 6. Mercy, please, got to get gusted top lane. No Manta style. Where's the Frost Arrows? They finally come out from Shredder. It's too late. He didn't use them early on in that engagement. He forgot to turn them on. I don't think their Frost Arrows would have helped him get the kill. It might have. It honestly might have. I don't know.
Well, Shrek's there, but couldn't get close enough. You know, he's sporting Arcane Boots, which doesn't make him the fastest ever, so getting that Split Earth would have been very, very tricky. Not enough to take down the Sante Mage, though.
It's another game where Void Boys have a dominant advantage in both farm and kills. 3-13. There's not much else to talk about, really. Like I feel like I'm grasping at straws here because Leviathan just, they can't find anything. Shibby needs to get something going with his Orchid. He's already died once while he's had it. They need to push more towers, but it's hard to do that against him and dying and whatever else they have on their team. They're going to go bottom.
They're even trying to get an Ags, it looks like,
they
on
get
this
the kill?
Disruptor,
Ooh.
Okay. They get the Dazzle down.
That's something.
Good swift pick. It's just a Dazzle, though.
747 was there. He didn't care. Mercy, please. Going to lose the Aegis top lane. They have Split Earth in 5, but he's going to be back up at that point. And Aegis is an Aegis. They're happy, but they don't get any of the gold or experience that goes along with a kill on the anti-mage. So, are they going to go back in? They're thinking about it. Nah, they're going to leave.
It'd be nice if they had Shibby already up there, but he's a long ways away. Flying Zebra, though, is en route. Hey, a regen rune.
He's not picking that up. You should get that.
He doesn't care about that.
Don't give that away to anybody like Valina. It's actually going to be the Storm getting it.
Valina has a Shadow Blade also, by the way.
Yeah, I just saw
that came out of nowhere.
Free kills, man. They're not buying detection. They have no idea that this is up. They have no detection whatsoever. There's no sentries on the ground.
They have one on top.
Okay, well, I mean,
they
might actually walk through that sentry with Valina. Nah, never mind. She TP'd mid, I think. Yeah, they're gonna smoke up. This sentry's not gonna matter if you smoke up. 747 might still use the Shadow Blade. And Jenkins is gonna be in for a world of hurt if he doesn't leave pretty much right now.
Zebra's been waiting 1 minute for this stack. He'll get it. They know this is all happening, of course, because of this ward they put down previously. Yeah, that thing is giving them lots of intel.
Oh, they got juked. Jenkins heads
into the tree. Look at 747. He uses that word. He's like,
give me a kill.
Come here. Oh. Man, he almost hungry for that one.
He's waiting for his team. Shadowblade now down for 13. He could still probably kill Zebra. By the way, how much HP does he have? 891. Is 747 16? He's not. Get that extra level. All of a sudden, you hit your R button on the Rubik, and he dies.
Yeah. Oh, he's going. He's going. He's going to get anyone with it. No.
He's still...
Oh, God.
He's going.
Oh, Zebra!
Yeah, he's dead.
Zebra!
He's dead.
Oh, lifted, but yeah.
Don't Laguna him. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, that would have been too violent. 747 though, now godlike on this Lina.
And the Guardian Greaves. He also finds it low Shrek. LSA, you can Laguna
this
him.
One. Nope, doesn't need it either there. Good hold it out for Shibby. Okay, Newship's still alive, gets a nice splitter, but the shallow grave still going to be there. Susie, can he get a shot to Laguna? No, he can't. He's got no more mana, so he's going to end up going down. 2-for-1 trade, still in favor of Void Boys, but Leviathan will take any kill they get. That's a huge godlike bounty.
Is that godlike beyond godlike for
1362?
Oh, the Edict got it. No, Shibby's like, I was the only one alive. Mercy, please. Meanwhile, gets a kill top lane onto the Drow Ranger using the Mana Void as well. Yeah, they got 1,300 for the Leshrac. That would be going to the Storm Spirit. You could be like, that's my new Bloodstone. Shibby's like, are you freaking kidding me? Instead of Leshrac, I mean, it's good that he still gets
a level 1 Edict.
Man, you hate to see it.
9 damage.
You really hate to see it. Like every Storm Spirit player everywhere just cringed. He's like, that money could have gone my way. We could have won this game. They still can, obviously, but that's got to not feel great. They do have Jenkins buying a Blink Dagger. He's level 11.
All right.
Maybe Void Boys haven't taken enough advantage of their lead yet. They have now a Basher up for the Anti-Mage with his Manta style. They need to make something happen pretty soon, I think. I don't think they should let Leviathan get back into this game because there's certainly ways they can do so.
Yeah, no, I feel like they've been pretty disciplined with their play. They don't seem to overthrow too much. They know that this is high-stakes games right now. Love to be able to secure that top 2 spot in your group so you can move on to the next phase. Only 4 teams get to that benefit of advancing on forward. And then it's just the top 2 that get the luxury of going to Seattle. They 1 spot getting their auto invite, and the second one duking it out in the wild card. Oops, there we go. Silence on the opponent. They get the lift follow-up. Splitter is there, but there's the shallow grave as well. He's got the grief, pops him out. Laguna going to fly on the goat man. Dushim doesn't end up going down. Stack's going to be dropped onto Jenkins. Jenkins going to be taken down thereafter. Shibby continuing on pursuit, but he's taking 1 on 4 now at this point. And yeah, he's not going anywhere. Follow-up after the Yules is going to be that LSA. 3 go down. Okay, well, make it 4. They get the Shredder kill as they bop him back with the glimpse. Zebra, the lone survivor at this point, but it's 6-20. Void Boys are going to clear out this tier 2, and they are going for the high ground here.
Yeah, they are going to get this tier 3 tower. There's no buyback on Shredder. They have buyback on Shibby. Maybe Void Boys play passively. They back up after a buyback like we saw last game. I wouldn't be super surprised, but Void Boys are on the doorstep of a 2-0 currently, and they've played solidly in doing so. I think 747 is probably the MVP still at this point. Still alive. Telekinesis onto an illusion that stops Mercy Police from backing. They won't go for a Rex. They're going to back away. I guess a smart decision. Again, Void Boys being kind of passive, but they could honestly wait for Roche, get the Aegis, have another team fight like that with a great Disruptor Static Storm, and then go from there.
Yeah. I think that will be the game plan. You got about another minute or so before we get to see the proper timer. And I don't frown on them for it. Like I said already, it's a serious game. Even though you feel like you're this far ahead, there's no point in taking risky chances.
Especially in this big of a tournament. It is only the qualifiers, but then again, it is the qualifiers to TI5. So 747 has been on point with Cyclones into LSA. The last one had a mere 0.16 second window for Shibby to react.
He did miss 1.
Yeah, he
all right.
He's been a little bit too on point.
Now Boots of Travel. Holy decked out Lena.
So farmed. And he's not even the most farmed hero in the game. That's an anti-mage, which, no shocker, anti-mage with a Battle Fury farms pretty fast. There's the BKB I was talking about. He went for Basher first, BKB second. Pretty fine in terms of itemization. They could just kind of get away with whatever for now. And Leviathan, the onus is on them to try to find any single fight they can to make up for it.
They're just looking to scrap together what items they can for all-out defense. Looks like the BKB for your Shredder Drow. You know, Shibby obviously still trying to put together the Bloodstone. That's going to be a little bit of extra time. Looking over at Mr. Jenkins here. I don't know. 1,500 gold saved up. It's not going to be enough at this point.
It doesn't matter what item he buys because there's so much to cover. You go pipe, fine, then what are you doing against the right click? And like, you go Force Staff, maybe that's a good choice, but are you going to be able to force out of the Static Storm? It's really hard. There's so much they have to deal with for Leviathan, and it feels this is the exact same position they were in, maybe a little bit less so in the last game, where they were so far down. Shredder has nothing, man. He has a Helm the Dominator, he has a Mithril Hammer, and he has 2 Wraith Bands. Shredder has nothing. That's nothing. He's got 8,000 net worth. He's the same as Jenkins, who had such a rough time. He's got nothing.
It's a hard knock life. A la carte Drow without the companion visage, just trying to make it count. Oh, Mercy Please committed on forward. Saw Jenkins, now sees Shredder, now caught between the 2, backing back into the wall, but he's like, no problem, I'm going to blink away from this. See you later.
If he had committed to that fully, he would have died. There was going to be 4 heroes there. His team was not behind him.
Yeah. I mean, it's the right call to make, but that's a wall down, and uh-oh, Mercy Please gets a haste rune, and look at that form as he charges on in. And quickly Leviathan react by running the hell away.
That was a scary anti-mage. Tier 2 tower mid and top still available. They'll push into bottom tier 3 tower, maybe take the tier 2s later, or just win the game here with the team fight. That's a possibility, and Nushim really realizes this a little bit too late. Oh, Gus coming through, booms back in Nushim. Man, avoided, does the splitter off. Shredder pops the BKB that he just got. Pretty good stuff so far, but look how much they're zoning them out. And there's Shibby jumping in. Omega Poner, Weave is up. He's pretty tanky still. Guardian Greaves go through. Now there's a vacuum. Where's the wall? He doesn't have it. He just used it top. Mercy Please pops the BKB. Full set of racks gone for Void Boys.
They committed on this Omega Poner Undying, and they couldn't even bring him down. And with that, there was plenty of space. He was just kind of acting like the bouncer, like, if you want to go ahead and stop and save your racks, you're going to have to make it through me. And they couldn't break it. And with that, the racks go down. Looking like a bit of a rinse and repeat from the previous game, Airmont. 23-6. It's really, I don't know. Is it Leviathan playing off their game, or are Void Boys just playing their A game?
I feel like they kind of got outdrafted a little bit. The Darkseer and Disruptor is a bit rough. Drow Ranger against Lane Mid clearly wasn't very good, and the aggro dueling with the Undying was not something they were ready for. So it's a little bit of play, it's a little bit of outdraft coming out through for Void Boys. And Void Boys are playing better than I've seen them play in a long time, if not, overall, just in general.
Yeah. Oh, Roche is up. Omega Poner's there. He says, "It's up, guys. Let's do it." Look who's already in position. Chibi puts down the Remnant, waits it on back. Doesn't really have a whole lot of mana to work with quite yet. Is he going to go for the Hail Mary play, though?
If he had a Bloodstone, I'd say yeah. I don't know if he will now. He does have buyback, so yeah, he could go for it. And Schwan is like, I know what you're doing.
Schwan's like, don't think about it. The second you jump in there, I got a Static Storm waiting for you.
And Chibi's like, he's like, I really want to go for this right now, but there is a Disruptor in my way. No, it's gone. It's dead.
Well, the dream of an Age of Steel is dead, but Void Boy still holding on to their strong lead here. Oop, Nusham almost walking himself into trouble there. Now they're on the move. 747. Uh-oh, you're not going anywhere. Bow!
That was it, man. That's the level 3 Laguna Blade. How much HP does he have? I can't tell now, but clearly less than 950.
That was execution style right there.
He didn't even give him a chance. He's like, all right, you're going to TP out? No, I don't think so. I'm not even going to Light Strike Array you. I don't have the time for this. It's not that, that's not a short cooldown. It is up in 30 seconds, which seems ridiculous.
Yeah.
Objective after objective, man. Tier 2 tower is going to go down mid here. Mercy Please as the siege creep at his back. Top lane, Jenkins does a great job split pushing, making sure that wave is difficult to push out into. So Void Boys will have to back and push into that top tier 2 tower. They could theoretically go for a tier 3 now. Knowing them, they're not going to.
She's got Laguna up again now.
Maybe they will.
Can kill Rubik again. One shot. 950 pure damage. He doesn't even have 900 life.
How much does he have? 891. He's been there for a while. That bracer's not helping him.
Yeah, you're going to need another one of those.
Even with another one, I don't know if that's enough. It would be very close. He gets right-clicked once, then he gets Laguna. The story of the life of the Rubik. Look at this wraparound gank coming in. I think they see Susie. They do. There's sentry wards everywhere. The smoke, they should have just smoked with him, and instead he kind of got greedy. He Shadowbladed in. So they'll counter up these sentries. Instead, they'll push right into the tier 3 tower. Now the Abyssal onto Nusham. Not dead yet. Nice telekinesis. He already manted before the gust came through, but now just BKBs it off anyways. And they will take the tier 3 tower. At least they'll try to. There's a glyph ready to go. This is probably it for Leviathan. They need to win this fighter. That's they might not push in though.
Takes the blink. Tier 3 goes down, and the glyph follows shortly thereafter. And Void Boy's actually looking to step back and regroup here before they re-engage. They certainly don't have any reason not to. Well, they're going to at least get the pipe. That will help out.
Mercy Please is like, I want to farm 3 camps, then we're going to keep going. And then they wanted the pipe also.
Looking to break more records.
The vacuum wall is going to be negated pretty heavily.
Let's see what they can do here. This is it for Leviathan. They're going to jump in. They're going to go right for Mercy Please. They're already the grave going to be out. And now, as the racks will begin to crumble here, Shredder with his BKB already popped. So will the pipe on the other side. And they're not looking to kind of keep him back. They just kind of are back on their own. There's a vacuum into a wall. It's respectable, but there's going to be the shot to the pointy head. And, well, he goes down. Another one to follow. Shredder's going to be forced to buy back. There's a double kill coming out for Mercy Please with that Mana Void. As Leshrek is going to be in the grave. Gus keeps him back, but it's fountain farming time here for the Void Boys as they corral the little Leviathan sheep into their pen.
Leshrac does buy back. They bought back in a couple other heroes as well. The illusion from the Anti-Mage doing some work here on Schwan. Mercy Please is going to walk back in. Blinks away. They could honestly turn this fight with little to no trouble. But they are going to wait it out. They'll Soul Rip. They're looking to go back in again. Shredder is in a really rough position. He just bought back. They're going to go for the tier 4s instead. The right play to make. They don't need to drag this out any longer. Nusham, rather Shredder's going to keep pulling this back. Kinetic Field not there. Mercy Please limps forward a little bit too aggressively. Has his Mantis style. Gets gusted up. There's the Static Storm onto Shibby, but he's just going to get out. Maybe not. LSA coming through. Does connect. Laguna comes in. Shibby gets blown up. 747 has a Lincoln Sphere for God's sakes. He actually gets hit up with that. Now Omega Poner going on to Nusham. Nusham throws up the Lightning Storm. There's the Pulse Nova, and that is it. Leviathan get outclassed in a 2-game series against Void Boys.
Woo! All right, well, Void Boys came to play. And Leviathan, maybe not able yet to shake off these day 1 jitters, but it's going to be a hard start for them. They're going to be at 0-4. I mean, that could potentially already take them out of the top 2.
Yeah,
it's heartbreaking to watch.
I haven't had a chance to look at the standings, but I'm sure that I don't know if they'll be able to continue on after these 2 series.
Could depend, of course, on the results of the other teams, but as long as 2 of their teams maybe walk away with a 4-0, we'll have to see. But there you can see the results from this secondary game right now, and it's all Void Boys all day, man.